Dear learners, welcome to NIOS. Today we will discuss about India's socio-economical conditions during 18th century. Learners, Indian in the 18th century was a picture of many contrasts and contradictions. Economically, agriculture was the main occupation of the people. Since the rulers were constantly at war, they did not have the time to improve agriculture conditions of the land. Foreign trade was flourishing under the Mughals. India imported pearls, raw silk, wool, dates, dried fruits from the Persian Gulf region, coffee, gold, drugs and honey from Arabia, tea, porcelain and silk came into India from China. Luxury goods were also brought in from Tibet, Singapore, Indonesian islands, Africa and Europe. Indian exported raw silk, silk fabrics, indigo, sugar, paper and many other things. India's cotton textiles were famous all over the world. In spite of such a favorable balance of trade, India's economic condition couldn't improve the ages because of constant warfare. Within the country, there were revolts of the Sikhs, Jats, Marathas, and from outside, foreign invasion like that of Nadir Shah, 1739 AD and Ahmad Shah Abdali, 1761 were common. Dear learners, by the 18th century, European countries like France, England, Portugal, and Spain were interested in trading with India. They helped in creating more political and economic instability in the country. And ultimately, they destroyed its economy. But by this time, India's fame had spread all over the world as a land of beautiful handicrafts. Socially, there was no unity of pattern in the social and cultural life of the people. Whether they were Hindus or Muslims, there was division among them on the basis of reason, tribe, language, and caste. Caste rules were to be observed in matters of marriage, diet, interdining, as well as in choosing a profession. Anyone found disobeying rules was most likely to be thrown out of the community. In the field of science, that India, which was so advanced, had by now neglected her mathematics and sciences. They remained ignorant of the advances made in the field of science by the best. Teachers were respected in society during those times. Education was steeped in tradition. The students were taught reading and writing along with arithmetic. Girls seldom went to school. Education was not patronized by the state but by local rulers. Members of the aristocracy sorry members of the aristocracy and benevolent contributors. Dear learners, now we will discuss about Hindu-Muslim relationship in 18th century. There was friendly relations existed between the people of the two religions. Religious tolerance was practiced. The wars were political and fought for selfish reasons rather than for religion. Members of both the communities participated in each other's festivals. Many Hindus had faith in Muslim saints, while many Muslims showed an equal respect for Hindu gods and saints. In fact, the upper class Hindus and Muslims had many more things in common with each other than with the lower classes of their own community. Besides, the Muslim had adopted the Indian style and culture so well that it was difficult to distinguish one from the other. Dear learners, Now we will discuss about social conditions in 18th century India. By the turn of the century, the condition of women had little to be happy about. The birth of a girl child was considered to be unfortunate. Girls were married off in their childhood. Polygamy was permitted. Women had no right to property or divorce. Perpetual widowhood was the injection of the society, especially among us the upper caste. These widows couldn't wear colored clothes or attend marriages since their presence was considered inauspicious. As child marriages were common in such occasions, sometimes even the infant girls became widows and were condemned to perpetual widowhood. Intercaste marriages were not allowed. Even the prevailing social system didn't permit a person from a lower caste to eat with a person of a higher caste. The condition of Muslim women was much the same. They faced immense hardship due to the practice of parda, polygamy, lack of education, and rights to property. Dear learners, we are ending here the mentioned topic which was on India in 18th century. In the next session, we will learn about social and religious reforms. Thanks.